custom equipment and can repair or even rebuild your existing system. In a business known for aggressive sales tactics, let me show you how my approach is different. If you've got any water problems, contact the Waterboy at waterboyjack.com.
The Friday Night Lights have been shining all over the First Coast. This is the Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Friday Night Lights. Friday Night Lights. Brought to you by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic and Air Conditioning, a proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now it's time to break it all down. Here are your hosts, Hacker and Andrew Gibson.
And a very good Friday evening to you, Jacksonville. It is the Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Friday Night Lights postgame. As always, we are presented by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning. Andrew Gibson is out this week. Dylan Denmark is in with me under the Friday Night Lights. Round 2 of the FHSAA State Football Playoffs, and the game you just heard right here on 92.5 FM. Congratulations to head coach Tim Kraus and Bishop Kenny as they go to the state capitol and they knock off Tallahassee Godby 36-26. Bishop Kenny advances, and they will advance next week to take on the Rains Vikings as Rains knocks off Wakulla in a big way. As I welcome Denmark in, and Dylan, 2 games in, Rains is a winner tonight, Bishop Kenny is a winner tonight. We'll talk about their matchup next week, but obviously 2 very nice victories for those 2 programs.
Yeah, Rains, I was at the Oakleaf-Nice game. We'll get to that, and I see Rains is up 63-0 at the half. Yeah, I don't know if you've covered high school football long enough. That's not normal in the second round of the playoffs.
Yeah, 18 years of doing this. I can't remember 63-0 at halftime.
No, I mean, you see 35-0, 42-0. And Wakulla's a team, you know, they're a good program. They've been in the playoffs time and time, you know, over the last couple of years. And, I mean, that just goes to show you Rains has a really, really good program. And, you know, they haven't been beaten for a reason. We'll
get to Donovan Maslin, the head coach of Rains, coming up in 60 seconds. Other finals that are already in, St. Augustine is a winner tonight. The Yellow Jackets knock out Ed White 38-14 in a game that has just gone final. Boy, it was back and forth. University Christian, head coach David Penland, they get it done 24-21 over Providence in what was probably the game of the night so far.
That was a rematch, right?
Yeah. Well, Providence beat them last year in a big upset. University Christian beat them a couple of weeks ago, 52-42. And now this was the 3rd game in about a calendar year, and UC gets them again tonight, 24-21.
Yeah, anytime you can you play a team for a second time you beat them, it's the 2 coaching staffs know each other really well. The players know each other. Since you've already played for a couple of times last couple of years, it just comes down to a couple plays. And when you get down to that, somebody's going to make a play in the 4th quarter. You know, you're going to throw your wrinkles as a coaching staff, but, you know, UC came out on top, and they're going to move on to Thanksgiving.
We talked to victorious head coaches under the Friday Night Lights. It's what we've done now for 18 years. Round 2 of the FHSAA State Playoffs, and the Rains Vikings in the graveyard. They were big winners tonight over Wakulla. Donovan Maslin, the head coach of Rains, joins us here on 1010XL. Coach, congratulations.
Thank you again, man. We appreciate it.
Coach, 63-0 at halftime. I've been doing this almost 2 decades. That maybe in the regular season occasionally. I can't ever remember a second round of the playoff 63-0 at halftime. You guys had it absolutely rolling tonight.
Yeah, we want to come out. You know, I challenged the guys to come out and play with intent and come out to play with a purpose. And they came out and played great team ball. Came out with enthusiasm, excitement about you know, just getting the opportunity to play in the second round of the playoffs. You know, not taking it for granted. Just thankful for the opportunity and to come out and, you know, just take advantage of it. And you know, some things transpired before the game that, you know, that the team did not like, did not approve of. You know, we want to make sure that, you know, we honor the time that was set for, you know, both teams to play. And, you know, when a team comes from out of town and say what they're not going to do and what time they want to start a game, you know, we took that as, you know, a sign of disrespect. And, you know, we have these times set for a reason. And, you know, everybody has to honor that time. So, you know, the team felt some type of way and they came out and just put it all on the line on the field tonight.
That's interesting. It's the first I've heard of that. So they were basically telling you, we're not doing this, we are doing that.
Yeah. So the original time to start was 6:30, and, you know, they said that they're not playing till 7 o'clock. And, you know, that's just not how you do business. That's not how you work. You know, emails were sent, you know, throughout the week about what time the game would start. And, you know, we were out, the time that the FHSA allowed us to touch the field. So, to have my guys warm up and then go back in the locker room and just sit around and wait for somebody to warm up. They felt some type of way about it, and they just want to come out and just play great football. And, they put a good product on the field tonight, and I'm just excited for, the program, the community, and also, the staff and, the kids most importantly.
Coach, we win a game 63, or you're up 63-0 at the half. You obviously have to have a good plan with your coaching staff. What was the plan before tonight? And obviously, you executed it pretty well.
We knew they were going to be a well-coached team. We knew, they had a pretty good scheme. They have some playmakers on the outside, and the running back was pretty good. So, we want to be dominant up front, want to be quick off the ball, and shoot our hands and get our D-line, moving fast, and we came out and executed. We watched a lot of film on them. We broke it down to the point where, the guys were calling out formations. They were calling out plays, and that's what you wanted to see as a defense. And then offensively, we want to be explosive in the passing game. We knew last week that, a team played us with no safety. So we had a feeling they were going to come out too high. And, we just executed our route combinations, and, he found receivers for, deep passes, and they executed. And, we were catching the ball all night, which was a great thing. And the protection was there. And, it just complimentary football that you want to see, with Caleb Lampkins on a punt return touchdown. So, that's a special teams touchdown. You're always excited about that. So it was just a great team win. We talked about playing team ball, playing for one another, not worrying about the stats. It's just playing great range football.
Couple more for Donovan Maslin of Reigns. Big winners tonight over Wakulla. They advance to the regional final of the FHSAA state playoffs. And, Coach, it's going to be fun here locally next week because I don't know if you heard, but Bishop Kenny went over to Tallahassee and knocked out Godby. So it'll be Bishop Kenny. Yeah, Bishop Kenny at Reigns next week in a battle of two Jacksonville teams, one of which is going to go to the state semifinals. That should be a lot of fun at the Graveyard next Friday night.
Yeah, definitely. Congratulations to Bishop Kenny and their staff and their players, for going on the road, a tough environment, an underdog, and, coming out and pulling out a win. So, we're excited for the opportunity to play Bishop Kenny next week here in the Graveyard. We're going to make sure that our kids are prepared, and they just come out with a lot of energy, to earn the right to play in the state semifinal game. So, it's a lot on the line, a lot at stake. So it's going to be a great matchup between both programs. So we're excited.
Coach, usually you think of range, you think of the quarterback or the receivers, the speed on the outside, but you probably have one of the best lines of scrimmage on the offense and defense side. Coach, just give a shout out to a couple of those guys up front, because when you're a coach and you have the lines of scrimmage, in control, you can pretty much do whatever you want.
Right, definitely, and we talked about that. We all know it starts up front, so it didn't happen overnight. The guys had to buy into what we wanted them to do in the off season, and they did it. Start with Jayon Simon on the defensive side, and then Solomon Thomas on the offensive side, and the guys follow those two. As they go is how the team goes. With King Massey on the outside and Troy Butler stepping up as a 10th grader, he's unblockable. And then Jatarius Brown, number 0, in the middle. So it's defensively we're very, very good up front. They're agile. They can move down the line of scrimmage. They're explosive out of their stands, use their hands properly, and they're just smart football players. And then offensive line wise, with Solomon going down against Riverside early in the year, it really wasn't a drop off. It was just an opportunity for the line to say, hey, we got to band together, so that we can continue to do what we've been doing offensively. Jordan Scott has been doing a great job at the center position. Antonio Allen, he's our left tackle. He's been doing a great job. And, all of those guys, Sion Hawkins, he's pretty much been anchored at the left guard position. And, I can't say nothing more about, Kerrick Jackson. He's doing a great job at right. And then Aronde Mitchell, he's stepping up big for us while Solomon is down and stepping into that right guard position and just, dominating. And just, like we say, man, it's a next man up mentality. And I'm excited that, they have an opportunity to continue to show their talent week in and week out. And, we're just going to continue to rely on our front six and rely on our offensive line to, to get, continue to have us, help us have success throughout the season.
Donovan Maslin of Reigns, winners tonight over Wakulla. They will host the regional final next Friday night at the Graveyard right here on 92.5 FM as they take on Bishop Kenny. Coach, congratulations on a big win tonight.
Thank you.
Big win for Reigns. That'll be a lot of fun next week, Reigns and BK. We will talk about that. They just keep rolling down in St. Augustine. The Yellow Jackets, winners tonight over Ed White. Brian Braddock of St. Augustine joins us here under the Friday Night Lights. Coach, congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Coach, 38-14 is what we have over Ed White. You jumped on top of him early. I believe it was 21-0. You must be very, very pleased for this round 2 victory.
Yeah, no, it was a really good night, and 21-0 at halftime, and actually got it to 35 at one point to get the clock running. You don't anticipate that in the playoffs, so it's a blessing to have the kids play so well. And Trenton Jones started the game off with a bang, taking the opening kickoff back for a touchdown. So when the kids do things like that, it certainly helps the cause.
That's a scrappy Ed White team. That's an Ed White team that kind of flew under the radar a little bit, but they were good, and you guys came out and, like you said, jumped on top of them early, got that running clock. You got to feel pretty good now with your team going into the regional final. I have not found a final on Choctaw and Escambia. Do you know who you're playing yet next week?
It's not final yet, but I know Choctaw had a decent lead, so it looked like they were in control of the game.
And again, regardless of who wins that game, they will have to come to St. Augustine next week, you being the 1 seed. How good do you feel about where your team is going into the regional final?
Good. There's obviously there's always room for improvement. There's a lot that we could do better. But it's a blessing to make it to Thanksgiving. So we're really grateful for that. And it'll be the 3rd year in a row. If it is Choctaw, 3rd year in a row that we'll be in the playoffs. And they have an outstanding football program, a really good team this year. So excited about that challenge. Feel like our kids are in a good place. We got a mature group of kids. They know how to work and prepare. We know it certainly won't be easy next week, but, an opportunity to try to win back-to-back regional championships is a big deal. So we'll be very excited for that.
Coach, tonight, Ed White, I know they got a really good offensive line, and they like to pound the ball. What was your plan defensively and how you were able to contain that running game for Ed White?
Yeah, I mean, that's the truth. They're big up front, and they've got a really talented couple backs and do a good job running the ball. And, we're fortunate that we roll a 2 deep of D linemen in that are quality players. And our defensive coaches just do such a good job of preparing those kids to play, and our D line was ready to roll tonight. In fact, our whole box. And against a team like this, we were gonna play coverages that allowed our safeties to be involved in the run game, and knew that we had to get a lot of hats to the ball. And we did that, and fortunately our kids up front were physical, and our kids on the 2nd and 3rd level were aggressive and tackled really well. It worked out well. So they definitely did a great job of taking away what they want to do and, made it harder on.
Brian Braddock of St. Augustine, winners tonight over Ed White. They advance to another regional final. It appears it'll be Choctaw next Friday, and, of course, that game will be there at St. Augustine High School. Coach, congratulations on a big win tonight.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. You guys have a great weekend.
There you go, Brian Braddock of St. Augustine. Denmark, all they did was win. A state championship game appearance last year, now back into the regional final. You're talking, 6 playoff victories in the last 2 years alone for St. Augustine. And, look, they're clearly going to be, you would expect, the favorites next week at home against Choctaw.
Yeah, I remember watching that state championship game last year when they came up just short against Daytona Beach Mainland, and they brought back almost everybody, and the goal is pretty much, to go to the state championship game. And, the coaches obviously put together a good game plan. Ed White's a good, scrappy team, like he said. Up front, they're very big, and like he said, they load the box and only were able to hold Ed White to 14 points. That's a good win, and you're practicing on Thanksgiving. That's the main objective. That's a benchmark when you're in high school football.
I mean, people know you as Jaguars Today and Hacker After Dark, but you're on the Baldwin coaching staff for Baldwin football. You guys played Ed White, so you had a firsthand knowledge of that football team. And, yeah, that is a good win for St. Augustine tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. It's anytime you make, Thanksgiving, when you're practicing on Thanksgiving morning, I've not accomplished that feat yet as a coach. We've came close a couple of times, but I can only imagine what, that's like, for a lot of these, St. Augustine, they're kind of, that's the expectation, where you're expected to be practicing on Thanksgiving morning. for a lot of these other schools that we might talk to tonight, that's a great accomplishment, and you're just be happy. But St. Augustine, you expect to be doing that.
Let's go over some scores again. University Christian, a winner over Providence. We'll get David Penwin of UC coming up here in just a little bit. We mentioned Raines, a winner over Wakulla. St. Augustine, a winner over Ed White. Fleming Island's got to be sick to their stomach. Lincoln beats them 16-13. That game has gone final literally within the last 5 minutes. I didn't see what happened. Fleming Island had the ball inside the Lincoln 5.
Inside the 2.
Inside the 2. Did they go for it on 4th and goal? Did they not go for the tie?
I don't know if it was 3rd and goal or 4th and goal. I saw the middle of the play. The quarterback's at like the 15-yard line, rolling right, throws the ball across his body, ball's picked off at the goal line.
Oh, geez.
And that was with 1:20 left in the game. So that's you feel for those kids.
I mean, a chip shot field goal to tie it. Lincoln actually returned the opening kickoff for a touchdown. After the first 10 seconds, Fleming outscored them. But what a tough way to go out. So Lincoln eliminates Fleming Island tonight. Good one going on in Niceville. Ponte Vedra and Niceville. Last score we have 14-14 in the fourth quarter. Newberry, they are the kryptonite for Bradford. Bradford's going to lose 2 games this year, and they're both going to be to Newberry. As Newberry's up 34. Bradford has just scored. It's now 34-19 in the fourth quarter. You kind of called that. You were very, I guess, high on Newberry's chances based on what you've seen from them in Bradford this year.
Yeah, I know Newberry, they have an interior defensive lineman that's going to Ohio State, and they have another guy, I forget where he's going, but he's a Division I guy, and it's very tough for an offense when you like to run the ball and you have 2 stout guys, especially up front, because they disrupt everything. And, Newberry wins the district title, and then they have to go back to Bradford because Bradford was the one, or not the one seed in the region, but they were a higher seed in the region.
Which is a flaw in the FHSAA system.
Because of the strength of schedule.
And Newberry beats them head-to-head, wins the district, yet had to go to Bradford tonight. Yep. Go figure that one out.
Yeah, so I'm sure that the players didn't like that, and they felt like they should have been at home. But, Jamie Rogers always has that team ready to go for Bradford. And, they made a state title run last year. But they lost a lot of talent, especially on that defensive front, which made them so good those last 2 years. Give credit to Newberry. I think they'll go on to probably play Cocoa in the regional final, which go figure Coco's, one of the top teams in that region.
You hate to say round 2 of the playoffs is a disappointment, but I bet you they're going to be disappointed at Bradford County. I mean, after as far as they've gotten in the playoffs in the past, a round 2 exit at home is not going to sit well out there.
Yeah, I think Jamie got the job there, in 2021?
I think it's his 3rd year, yeah.
Yeah, so every year he's been in the regional final at least. And that was, it was with the Metro Suburban. Now you're getting back to what was usually the regular classifications going back to 1 through 7A. It was a good year for Bradford. Newberry was just, if you can beat a team twice, especially a team like that's well coached, you get into those test matches, you're obviously the better team, and that team is just really good over Newberry.
Bowles is going to advance. Bowles, I think that game's probably already gone final over Walton. We'll hopefully have Matthew Tobin coming up here in just a little bit. And you were at this game in the first half. Oakleaf looks like they're going to beat Nice. Level of surprise for you? How big of an upset is that in your opinion? What a win for Oakleaf.
I'm a little surprised. I thought Oakleaf could hang with them. I don't know really much about Nice than, just reading the box score. I knew Oakleaf was big up front. They could have a chance to run the ball. If you said from the first half when I was there, I had to leave at halftime to come here, Nice couldn't get out of their own way. They missed a field goal opening drive. There was an interception thrown at Oakleaf D lineman bats the ball straight up in the air to get an interception. Nice has a punt return at midfield. You think that they're going to flip the field and score a touchdown, fumble on the punt return. Oakleaf capitalizes. Freed Coleman, he had 2 touchdowns, and Oakleaf was up 21-0. Oakleaf's a really good team, man. Coach Foy knows what he's doing. We saw what he did in Jackson the last couple of years. And second year, I believe, what he is at Oakleaf right now, and he's got that program rolling.
With Dylan Denmark, the Hacker Ryan Green with you. Another final that has just rolled in. Trinity Christian, a winner tonight, 28-21 over Maclay. I believe that means Trinity Christian and University Christian next week.
That is correct.
In the regional final in Class 1A. That'll be a lot of fun. We'll catch up with Verwin Dormany in a bit as well. Southeast Orthopedic Specialist, Friday Night Lights. We are presented by Duck Duck Rooter, plumbing, septic, and air conditioning. All coaches tonight are on courtesy of the Garber Auto Mall phone line. We'll give you a Gatorade Player of the Week. We'll also give you a Southeast Coaches Corner when we come back. More victorious head coaches as round 2 of the FHSAA State High School Football Playoffs. We're breaking it down for another hour plus here on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
Let's take it down the field and win it.
It's a different kind of Sunday drive.
10th play of the drive here.
Randy Marion Cadillac of Jacksonville brings you the drive of the game
Here's the ball game.
on 1010XL.
Mueller Air and Plumbing presents Are You Cool?
Our first contestant, a stay-at-home gymnast from Jacksonville, Florida. It's Gwendolyn Beers.
Thank you, Monty. I don't know who installed my air conditioner, but it hasn't had a tune-up in over 3 years. Am I cool?
Let's ask our expert judging panel. Judges? Oh, I'm sorry, Gwendolyn. You're not cool. Johnny, tell her why.
That's right. To keep your air conditioner performing at its best, you need a skilled technician to check your pressures, voltages, and air filters in the fall and the spring. At Bueller Air and Plumbing, our club members get 2 free visits a year to make sure that you are cool.
Can you tell me if my haircut is sexy?
You're better off not asking.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
Introducing Gatorade Water. Alkaline and electrolyte infused for great taste. Gatorade Water, always in motion.
Find it at your local Winn-Dixie. For the athletes who give everything, nothing beats Gatorade. The studied, tested, and proven fuel of the world's greatest athletes. Gatorade Water, proudly supporting high school sports on the First Coast.
Hello, First Coast. I'm sure by now you have seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We're an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We're committed to customer service, reliability, and have an unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today from GFL, Green for Life.
You've got a Pepto predicament, moviegoer.
Hey, I can hear your stomach grumbling.
Sorry, I ate that entire tub of popcorn with extra butter.
You overdid it, and now your movie has turned into a blockbuster bellyache. Undo it with Pepto.
When you have nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
Pepto chewables provide fast 5-symptom relief, so you can focus on the action on the big screen instead of in your stomach. When you overdo it, undo it with Pepto. Use as directed to keep out of reach of children.
Greetings from Daytona, where a band of dreamers took a strip of beach and turned it into a proving ground. The Great American Race, where year after year, greatness is the destination.
Drivers, start your engines, let's go!
So book your experience and soak in 500 miles of history and tradition. The Daytona 500, February 16th, 2025. Secure your seats now at Daytona500.com.
It's a game 80 years in the making. Join us for Thursday Night Football as we celebrate the 80th birthday of the Tax Slayer Gator Bowl game. The SEC and ACC face off January 2nd at 7:30 on Bill Gay grounds at Everbank Stadium. Don't miss college football pageantry on display as we celebrate our 80th anniversary. Tickets and hospitality packages are on sale now at TaxSlayerGatorBowl.com. Get yours today.
Are you embarrassed by your ugly, cracked concrete driveway? Need to enhance your home's curb appeal? Stonecore on Phillips Highway is your one-stop shop for all your outdoor needs. Replacing with new stone pavers will transform your driveway into a stunning work of art. Say goodbye to unsightly concrete and hello to beautiful, durable pavers that last for years. Visit Stonecore today and let's beautify your home together. Stonecore.co. We do outdoors better.
It's a Monday morning must.
We actually found it!
Yes. Hall of Fame Monday with Tony Baselli. Brought to you by Heritage Roofing of North Florida. Monday mornings at 7:20 with Dan and Jeff on the drill. On 1010XL. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach. 1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
The Southeast Orthopedic Specialists Friday Night Lights.
Brought to you by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic and Air Conditioning on 1010XL.
I know football.
Now, the Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Coaches Corner on 1010XL.
Back and forth game, University Christian tonight, and Providence and UC gets it done. Head coach David Penguin of University Christian joins us here on 1010XL. Coach, congratulations.
Appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
24-21, what a battle. You had a battle with these guys in the regular season. It was another battle tonight. And again, in the fourth quarter, you guys get it done. You must be very, very pleased.
Oh, absolutely. We've been battle tested all year, and a lot of adversity we had to overcome in the first half, and our guys just stuck with it and finished. You know, that's the first time we played them. That was the first game we really finished a full game, and we've been rolling, you know, pretty well ever since. And these guys are hungry, and they've had a long season of tough schedule, tough opponents, and I'm just super proud of our players and coaches.
Well, and to that point, I mean, certainly not the regular season you wanted, but obviously right now, good grief, are you guys playing your best football, which is exactly what you wanted at this time of the year.
Absolutely. I mean, that's why we do that. You know, we talk enough. I try to schedule I don't like playing games that we blow teams out. I want our guys to be able to battle and work and to prepare for moments like tonight. And our guys have done a great job of embracing that.
Coach, who are a couple of guys that stood out for you tonight?
Our defense played really well tonight. Genoa had a monster game, and Josh Bruden. He scored 6 the first time we played him, and he scored 3 tonight. He had about 187 yards rushing.
Wow. Absolutely awesome. Again, 24-21. And I got to tell you, that UC Providence thing, that's become a nice little rivalry between you two guys.
Yeah, it's definitely tightened up over the years, and it's good to have games like this. So, yeah, hats off to them. They've done a good job of getting their guys where they need to be, and it's fun. You know, these games are fun.
David Penguin of University Christian, speaking of fun, what's fun for us is next week. I mean, look, you know, we can talk about it now. I would have to assume that when you started summer conditioning and fall workouts, you probably assumed at some point in the month of November you were going to see Verlin and Trinity Christian, and now here we are in the state, you know, playoffs, round 3, probably what you anticipated, correct?
Yeah, I mean, you knew there was going to be a chance of getting them. We didn't know when or what round, and it kind of worked out in the way we – not necessarily you can't really plan for it, but the best scenario for us is the way it was lined up, and we get to go back over to Hammond Boulevard next week and play another rival game.
And we're going to have Verlin Dormany on right after you, so let's not do any bulletin board material here, obviously. But, I mean, look, state championship rings on your finger. Obviously, state championship rings on Verlin's finger. 2 very accomplished programs, 2 programs that are accustomed to winning. Now you're going to meet for the right to get that much closer to another state championship game. I mean, good grief, if that's not what high school football is all about.
Yeah, and Trinity, Verlin's done a great job. He's been there forever, it seems like. I figured he'd be retired by now. I know he's on here, or he's listening, but he's still going. And hats off to him and the job he does over there. It's fun. It's always, me and Verlin have a good relationship, and then when we meet on Friday nights and the playoffs, these games that mean something, it's always a battle, and it's always fun. So we're always looking forward to the TC-UC game.
Well, a big win for UC tonight over Providence, 24-21. They advance. They will play Trinity Christian next week. Coach, congratulations.
Appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
David Penguin of University Christian. Nice ball game, Denmark, as they get it done over Providence.
Yeah, and, you don't really like to you say you win, you celebrate for 24 hours. with a game like this against Trinity, I'm sure that, the two teams know each other very well, and you're watching film the next morning and you're already moving on to the next game.
Let's go to a guy that's won a couple of playoff games in his tenure. That's head coach Verwin Dormady of Trinity Christian. Winners again tonight over Maclay. Coach, congratulations.
Hey, thanks, Hack. I appreciate it.
Coach, back and forth ball game. You guys toughed it out in the fourth quarter. Boy, what a performance by your guys late in the game.
You know what? Just so daggum young. Well, you could tell we hadn't played in 22 days. And it was one of them nights to where, okay, went ahead, gave it up, went ahead again, then they went ahead, and it was just like back and forth, and like we just made so many untimely mistakes and penalties that, hey, hopefully we can get all that out of the way this week and play a little better next week.
I mentioned this to David Penwin earlier. Your regular seasons kind of mimicked each other, not necessarily your standard because you guys are playing a lot of young players, but all of a sudden you blink your eye and here you are in round 3 of the state playoffs, right? I mean, and I would have to think you guys at summer conditioning and fall camp, much like UC, you probably knew you were going to see them, much like they knew they were going to see you at some point. So here we go next Friday night for a chance to advance in the playoffs.
Yeah. I mean, that's inevitable. That's going to happen. They're a really, really good football school, and some teams just don't play the same schedules that we play, and it gives them a little more hope. But when it all comes down in the bottom and the end, it's us and UC, and they won a bunch and we won a bunch, and hey, it'll be a lot of fun next Friday. And I'm just glad I ain't got to go over there. I'm glad I get to play at home.
Coach, you started, you talked about your team being really young. You're full of sophomores. You beat Ed White, and then you lose 2 games, and then you lose another game to Riverside a couple weeks later. How are you able to keep these guys together, to keep them young, and keep the core together, even though you're losing ball games, and even though you have a good football team?
These kids love football. Sometimes you coach kids that are talented in football, but you question whether they really love the game. Because, they've already accomplished some things and they've already been given some things, and they get to go on and they know they're leaving after they play high school ball and they're going on to college. But these kids, they don't own no scholarships. They don't own nothing. All they own is a chance to play on Friday night. And so practices are very, very competitive. Our locker room is competitive, and our kids, they love each other. And they love to play this game. So it's just really been a joy to coach these kids this year.
Final moments with Verwin Dormady of Trinity Christian. Winners tonight over Maclay. They will get University Christian next week in the regional final. Coach, what a great game. What a great environment that should be. As I told Coach Penwin, state championships over there. You obviously have a ton of rings in your program and on your fingers. Really what high school football is all about, man. Accomplished coaches, accomplished programs, winning cultures, going at it for a chance to go to the state Final Four.
Thanks, Hack. Yeah, it'll be a great football game. When you get this far in the playoffs in the third round, everybody's good, right? So you got to prepare, and you just got to eliminate the mistakes, and hopefully you can do what you need to do in order to win a football game.
Well, Coach, congratulations on a big win. Best of luck next Friday.
Hey, thanks, Hack. Appreciate it, man. Y'all have a great Thanksgiving.
Verwin Dormady of Trinity Christian. What's your early thought on Trinity and UC next week?
Probably could be a good game. I wonder if those two coaches ever get tired of pricing on Thanksgiving.
they do it
every year almost.
Yeah.
Every year, man. It's two really good teams and two guys that know each other very, very well. It's a status quo game here at a regional final here in Jacksonville, Florida.
It is a final. Oakleaf has eliminated Nice. And once the celebration for Oakleaf has tampered down a little bit, we'll get Christopher Foy of Oakleaf.
I don't know if that'll happen.
What I imagine is going to be a very happy bus ride back to Clay County. What a win for Oakleaf tonight.
Yeah, they were able to capitalize on Nice's early mistakes, and they had, what was it, 14-0 or 21-0 lead at halftime, and they just went away with it, man. Oakleaf has a big offensive line, and they like to run the football. And they have a good quarterback, too. I think he's first year in their program. The quarterback can spin it. And they did whatever they wanted to do on the offensive side, and able to move the ball down the field, and down goes Nice, the number 1 team in the state according to the power rankings in the FHSAA.
Now, take me inside the coaching fraternity. Nice had an incredible year.
Yes.
They beat every team in St. Johns County. They were literally the kings of St. Johns County. But a round 2 exit, and getting upset on their home field, is definitely going to leave a sour taste in their mouth, is it not?
Yeah, especially when you're at home and you have a really good squad, and you kind of did it to yourself. You fumble a punt return, you throw an interception. It wasn't on the quarterback. The defensive lineman for Oakleaf did a good job of batting the ball up, and Oakleaf guy caught it. And they drive down the field, the first drive of the game, and they kick a field goal, and it comes up just short. So there was things that happened in the game where they had control, and they just weren't able to overcome it.
Also, it is a final. Bradford has been eliminated. Newberry 34-19. Bradford lost 2 games. They were both to Newberry. So at this point, you just got to say Newberry had Bradford's number this year.
Absolutely, yeah. And you beat a team twice, you're the better team. And Newberry beat them the first time, and like we mentioned earlier, if you missed it, Newberry was the district champ. Newberry beat them, and yet Newberry had to go back to Bradford. I was really interested to see how they were going to match up Bradford's run game against Newberry. They have 2 interior defensive linemen. One's going to Ohio State, another one's going to a big-time Division I program. And I guess those defensive guys just had their number.
I will tell you, there's one game that's still ongoing by my calculation, and that's Niceville and Ponte Vedra.
What you got?
14-14, 30 seconds to go. Niceville ball at their own 35. So we're staring overtime in the face between Ponte Vedra and Niceville. Look, all I know about Niceville is that is a tough place to go out and play if you're from our area. A lot of teams have gone out there over the years and not done very well. Ponte Vedra's obviously playing their tails off. 14 apiece with 30 seconds to go.
Yeah, I see that here on Twitter as well. Man, I don't care how good your team is and the other team that you're playing. If you're on a bus ride and you got to go 6 hours, anything past Tallahassee from Jacksonville, that is a tough hurdle to overcome just in and of itself. Besides anything else, the bus ride, you're lackluster coming off the bus. You got to get loose. The coaches probably had to plan for some food halfway there. You got to stretch. There's a lot more planning than just a football game when you're on that bus ride all the way out the Panhandle.
With Dylan Denmark, the hacker Ryan Green with you. We'll check in with Tim Krause of Bishop Kenny. We'll hopefully track down Matt Toblin of Bowles. They were winners tonight. Obviously, Christopher Foy and Oakleaf. What a victory there as we roll on. It is the Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Friday Night Lights. We are presented by Duck Duck Rooter, plumbing, septic, and air conditioning right here on 1010XL and on 92.5 FM.
When you want breaking sports news, tune in to 1010XL. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Or any of our social channels at 1010XL. Satisfied?
Ladies and gentlemen, it's finally here. Beaver's annual Black Friday silent sale. Every car on the lot will be discounted so low, we can't even show the prices on TV. Doors open at 6 a.m. Friday. First come, first served. And once they're gone, it's over. Plus, anyone who buys between 6 and 9 a.m. will get a big screen TV and $1,000 cash. Want more? We're giving away free oil changes between 6 and 9 a.m. The Black Friday silent sale only at Beaver Toyota and Beaver Chevrolet. You don't want to miss this.
Hello, I'm Malcolm Anthony. I've been practicing criminal defense law for over 40 years. It's what I love to do. It's what I do well. Stay out of trouble, but if you don't, call me, Malcolm Anthony, at 2854-LAW. 2854-LAW for Malcolm Anthony.
Hey, this is Bert Cannon with the First Coast YMCA. Youth sports at the Y can help nurture your future athlete's potential and experience the joy of being a kid. At the Y, we're providing a safe, clean, and fun environment with basketball, soccer, volleyball, gymnastics, elite skills training, and more. Best of all, participation in Legacy Youth Sports League is free with your family membership. Visit fcymca.org to learn all about youth sports at the Y.
Here's your 1010XL First Coast Community Calendar.
The Farm Share Thanksgiving Distribution Drive-Thru event is Saturday, November 23rd at the FSCJ Downtown Campus, starting at 8:30 a.m. until the food runs out. Call 328-6158.
Join best-selling author, senior editor of The Athletic, and college football podcast host Jason Kirk for a discussion and book signing at Hendricks Avenue Baptist Church, Sunday, November 24th. Register for this free event at San Marco Bookstore.
Fight skin cancer by playing golf at the Melanoma Research Foundation Golf Tournament, December 30th at Queens Harbor for a day of food and fun. To sign up, call 904-507-1401.
City Rescue Mission has been providing food, clothing, and love for over 70 years to the homeless in Jacksonville. If someone you know is struggling, learn more about the City Rescue Mission at crmjax.org.
You can find out how to share your community event at 1010xl.com.
Awaken 180 weight loss. Awaken 180 weight loss. Hacker here. And Hacker, I'm down 110 pounds. And why am I down 110 pounds? Well, it's thanks to the best weight loss program I've ever been on. Funny thing is, even though it's been about 9 months since I started, it's been about a month or so since I hit the 100-pound mark. For people that haven't seen me, just jaws hit the floor, man. I love the reaction. It's priceless when they see me for the first time in a while. Hacker, how'd you do it? I'm hearing about Awaken 180. Well, that's how I did it. They are literally the best weight loss program I've ever been on. If you need to lose 100 pounds, if you need to lose 20 pounds, any point in between, do yourself a favor. Go to awaken180weightloss.com. Life-changing and life-saving. I know this because they have absolutely changed my life. And you know what? If they can change my life, trust me when I tell you, they can change your life as well. What do you have to lose? Except a bunch of weight at Awaken 180 Weight Loss.
Are you looking for a place to outfit your truck or van? It's Catlin Truck Accessories. For 105 years and 4 generations, Catlin is the name you can count on. This is Keith Catlin, and we know trucks, and vans too, from Lear toppers, ladder racks, van shelving, strobe lighting, roll and lock bed covers, and everything in between. If you want quality products and great customer service, there's only one name. It's Catlin.
Who can you count on? Count on Catlin.
For 105 years, you can count on Catlin.
Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you. Call 904-722-1111.
Instant Keys saves the day if you've lost or broken keys. They can program new keys and remotes for nearly every make and model of vehicle at a fraction of the dealership cost. Fast, honest, and reliable locksmith service. Call Instant Keys, 722-1111.
Family owned and managed for 20 plus years, Hidden Hills Golf Club boasts a unique and welcoming atmosphere. Visit us at hiddenhillsgc.com to book your next round on our Arnold Palmer signature course. You'll be glad you did.
Blue here for the Blue Crab House, located right off of San Jose. It's on Jewington Creek Road. They've been around since 1996. Indoor-outdoor dining. Also, takeout is available at the Blue Crab House. Open 4:30 to 9, Tuesday through Saturday. Sunday, noon until 9. Remember, Tuesday, $2 margaritas. Wednesday, $1 oyster night. How about the blue crabs? How about my personal favorite, the Canadian snow crabs? Whatever it is that you fancy, you get it right there. The Blue Crab House.
This is your Mad Dad's Update with Chapter President Donald Ford. In our effort to curb crime, drugs, and violence during the summer months, we are offering Friday Night Lights. It has already started and will be going until school starts back. It is every Friday night from 6:30 to 9:30 at the Blacktop, 5732 Normandy Boulevard, and behind the Potter's House Christian Academy. We manage 3 basketball courts. You are not running on the cement. We have covering on each court. The Lakers, the Magic, and the Heat. Ages 15 to 40 years old. This will give them something to do other than selling drugs and getting into trouble. We have monitors there giving leadership. We have to wake up, stand up, and speak up. Hit me on Facebook and tell me what you think. Or MattDadJacksonville.com.
If your favorite colors are orange and green, stay close to South Beach this season.
Your source for weekly Canes news and nuggets on 1010XL is the Hurricane Report.
Brought to you by Performance Painting. Prepare, protect, preserve on 1010XL. 1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Time now for the Gatorade Player of the Week. Gatorade, the world's #1 sports drink and the proven fuel of high school athletes. Nothing beats Gatorade. Find it at your local Winn-Dixie.
You heard the game on 92.5 FM. What a win for Bishop Kenny, and a big part of that was James Davis III. 3 receiving touchdowns in BK's win tonight over Tallahassee Godby. And congratulations to Davis, the wide receiver / tight end from Bishop Kenny. 3 touchdown receptions. He is this week's Gatorade Player of the Night. Speaking of Bishop Kenny, let's go to what I imagine is a very happy bus traveling down I-10 back to the First Coast. Head coach Tim Krause of Bishop Kenny. Winners tonight over Godby. He joins us under the Friday Night Lights. Coach, congratulations.
Thank you guys so much.
Coach, what a win. You have to go on the road 2.5, 3 hours down I-10. We all know that trip. It's a tough trip for high school football teams this time of year. Godby's a good football team coming off an emotional win last week. And you go out there trailing 26-21 in the second half, mind you, and you outscore them, I believe, 15-0 from that point forward and win the game. You must be very, very proud.
Yeah, I'm just incredibly proud of our kids. We've got an amazing group of kids. I think, we're a team that, at the beginning of the season, I don't think a lot of people would have expected this out of us. But it just speaks to the connection of our kids and how hard they work and how willing they are to sacrifice and play for each other. So just incredibly happy for them.
I ask you this every week, but it means more and more as the weeks go by. Boy, that Monday night loss to Parker, would you have ever thought at that point you would be in the regional final?
No. I mean, I think at that point in the year, we were struggling. We weren't playing good football, I think, on either side. And, our defense started to play a little bit better, play really well for a couple of games, kept us in it. And we found a spark a little bit offensively the last couple of weeks to complement that. So, it's an up and down season when you deal with high school kids. It's always up and down. It's been a long season. It's been 4 months, whatever we've been together. And so, being able to ride through the storm, I think, speaks to their connection level and the way that our kids treat each other and the group and the core group that we have.
Coach, what was your game plan tonight to beat Godby?
Just try to score more points than they did. And so
That's a pretty good plan.
We figured it out. Yeah. I mean, our quarterback's playing at a really high level right now. So they're a really athletic team. Coach Holston over there does a really good job. They play a clean football game. They've got a bunch of really young players. They're a really good quarterback. So I thought our defense, our plan was to try to keep the ball in front, and we did that. Didn't give a ton of explosives. And then offensively just to, attack. I think they're a team that pressures us a bunch. And so, we felt like we had to get the ball out of our hands. And our quarterback, Derek Heidemann, has played phenomenal football the last couple of weeks. He's thrown for 11 touchdowns in 2 playoff games, which, you'll take most years. So really, really excited for them and really excited for, what that group has done offensively the last couple of weeks.
Couple of more for Tim Krause, head coach of Bishop Kenny. Winners tonight over Tallahassee Godby. And, Coach, look, Baker County last week, Godby this week, 2 good football teams. You're clearly playing your best football of the year. And next Friday night, look, it's what high school football is all about. 2 teams in our area. You're traveling to the Graveyard to take on Rains. The winner goes to the state Final Four. What an environment that should be next Friday night.
Yeah, I haven't even processed all that part yet. I'm just really excited we get to work with our kids again next week, and our group of seniors that I know I've talked about in here before, that we've got 11 of them that stuck with us and just continue to work really hard for them. I'm so proud of them. And our coaches, I think we've had my first 2 years here, we won 1 game, so it's really easy when people pat you on the back and things are going well, but it's tough on people when you're struggling. And so I think as a program, we've seen both ends of that, and hopefully we're on the right side of that looking up now.
Coach, can you describe how good it's going to feel when you're practicing on Thanksgiving morning on Thursday?
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. It's been a while since I've had the opportunity to do that. I was assistant at Kenny the last time we had that chance. It'll be really fun for our kids. Looking forward to seeing them on Thanksgiving and having our families out and having some alumni out. I think it'll be great.
Coach, what's that bus ride like right now?
It's pretty subdued right now. I think we've been up and at it for a long time, and our kids are ready to sit back. They were trying to talk us into watching some movies that had some bad words in it. Had to fight that off. So now we're just going to try to take a nap, I think.
Bishop Kenny, winners over Tallahassee Godby. They are in the regional final next Friday night. You'll hear it right here on 92.5 FM against the Rains Vikings. Tim Krause of BK, congratulations, Coach.
Thank you guys very much.
Absolutely a huge win. Let me keep you updated. Ponte Vedra and Niceville, they are in overtime. Both teams have scored. I believe Ponte Vedra is going to kick the extra point to try to go to double overtime. Have you been to Niceville? Have you been to
No.
that stadium?
I've been to South Walton and then Gaston County.
I am watching a video here. That is a crazy home field. Nice. There are thousands of people at this game.
Yeah, I know that's usually a pretty good atmosphere. One of the better ones over in the Panhandle. That's, golly, I'm just seeing it too. There's thousands of people there.
It's absolutely incredible. We'll keep you updated as soon as we know more. But Ponte Vedra in a battle right now in overtime with Niceville. It is the Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Friday Night Lights. It's been that way for a long, long time on 1010XL. And we've had the good doctor, Kevin Murphy, with us every step of the way. Southeast Orthopedic Specialist and their continued support of high school football here in Jacksonville and the surrounding area. And the good doctor joins us here on 1010XL. Doc, how we doing?
Doing well. How are you boys?
Doc, we're good. Thank you for the time. And we mentioned this last week, but obviously as we get deeper, it means even more. Boy, you just love high school playoff action, right? It just means a little bit extra the deeper into November and December that you get.
Oh, it's awesome. You can hear it in the coaches' voices how excited they are and their kids. It's an awesome experience.
There's no question about that. Doc, we've talked a lot about injuries with you this year, and we'll continue to do that tonight to an extent. But first and foremost, I just want to thank you, thank the good folks at Southeast Orthopedic Specialist and everything you guys have done, not only for this program, obviously, but what you do for the high school football community with your bump and bruise clinics year after year after year. It really speaks volumes to how much you care about these high school athletes. So kudos to you and your colleagues at Southeast Orthopedic Specialist because you guys are top notch in this area.
Well, I appreciate that. You know, we, like you, enjoy the sports. We enjoy taking care of these kids. It's it's a service to them, and we really do enjoy the being part of that.
Yeah, there's no question about that. And look, we talk all the time about the bump and bruise clinics, but I want to talk about, you, your colleagues, again, for people that have shoulders, knees, any issue whatsoever. You're there to help. Best way to get in touch with you, best way to get in touch with Southeast Orthopedic Specialist to get these issues looked at.
Yeah, our group is pretty unique in that we're all very subspecialized, meaning we do certain things all the time. I do shoulders and knee scopes. That's what I do. I don't do hands. We got guys that just do hands. We got guys that just do feet. We got guys that do backs, the whole thing. So we're really, really good at what we do. And any problem we can address. So the way you get hold of us is se-ortho.com. We got guys for everything, and I really do enjoy taking care of particularly the athletes, but all comers.
And when you let a doctor operate on your wife, you trust him pretty well. And Doc operated on my wife's shoulder a few years back. So if that's not a ringing endorsement of the good doctor, Kevin Murphy, Denmark, I don't know what is.
Yeah, Doc, I want to ask you about Brock Purdy. He's out with a right shoulder soreness. If you're already being ruled out from a game for soreness, it feels like it's a little bit more than that. Have you ever seen where a athlete, specifically a quarterback in his throwing shoulder, is out with a soreness in his shoulder? Or is that something probably worse and they're just saying that it's just soreness?
Well, soreness, it could be an AC joint that's sore, and they may hold him out so it doesn't make that worse. But to your point, soreness in the throwing arm of a quarterback is like elbow soreness in a pitcher. It just doesn't always lead to good outcomes. So keep an eye on that one for sure.
Well, Doc, as always, thank you for year 18 under the Friday Night Lights. We'll be back for year 19 before you know it, and I can't wait for the partnership with you guys moving forward. Thank you, as always, my friend. Have a very, very happy Thanksgiving.
Back at you. Thanks, boys.
The good doctor, Kevin Murphy, Southeast Orthopedic Specialist. We have a final in Niceville. I want to puke. Niceville 21-20 over Ponte Vedra. Apparently, Ponte Vedra went for the win, did not get it. So Niceville wins the game 21-20. That's back-to-back weeks now. We've sent a team over there. Riverside last week against Escambia, and now Ponte Vedra to Niceville, losing by 1 point in overtime. Denmark, that's got to be tough.
Yeah, that's just heartbreaking, especially, second round. First round, it doesn't make it any easier, but second round, chance to practice on Thanksgiving. At least you fought for the win, and you went for 2 for the win.
It's probably the right call. On the
100%.
road against a better team, you got 3 yards to try to win the game. I don't fault them for the call. It's just unfortunate they couldn't get it.
Yeah, and for those seniors, that's going to be their last time playing high school football. And, man, that's going to be a tough bus ride, 6+ hours all the way back. That's just brutal.
So we'll go over that again. I'm waiting for confirmation, but it's on 3 different scoreboards. So that's pretty good confirmation that Niceville has won the game 21-20 literally here in the last couple of minutes. All right, Victoria's head coaches. We're still looking to track down Christopher Foy of Oakleaf. Still looking to track down Matt Toblin of Bowles as well. As we roll on under the Friday Night Lights with Dylan Denmark and Casey Dobson, the hacker Ryan Green with you. The Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Friday Night Lights. We are presented by Duck Rooter, plumbing, septic, and air conditioning. And again, all head coaches on tonight, courtesy of the Garber Auto Mall phone line. More to do right here on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
Uncover what you might have missed.
He's quick. He's got great hands. He finds the gaps.
Tandy Foods Post-Game Monday.
And most importantly, he moves the chains.
Expert analysis of Sunday's game all day. Post-Game Monday. Brought to you by Tandy Foods on 1010XL.
Mueller Air and Plumbing presents Are You Cool? Our first contestant, a stay-at-home gymnast from Jacksonville, Florida. It's Gwendolyn Beers.
Thank you, Monty. I don't know who installed my air conditioner, but it hasn't had a tune-up in over 3 years. Am I cool?
Let's ask our expert judging panel. Judges? I'm sorry, Gwendolyn. You're not cool. Johnny, tell her why.
That's right. To keep your air conditioner performing at its best, you need a skilled technician to check your pressures, voltages, and air filters in the fall and the spring. At Bueller Air and Plumbing, our club members get 2 free visits a year to make sure that you are cool.
Can you tell me if my haircut is sexy?
You're better off not asking.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
Hey, Jacksonville, I'm sure by now you've seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We are an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We are committed to customer service, reliability, and have unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today. GFL, green for life.
Good morning, Doctor.
Doctor?
Hi, Doctor.
Doctor?
Dr. Jackson's practice is growing. What do you mean we're still short-staffed?
He needs a good patient doctor.
How do we not have enough doctors to doctor all these patients?
And he doesn't have the patience to sift through hundreds of resumes.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
SportsForecaster.com has all the data you need to project tomorrow's winners. Register for free and track the performance of all your favorite players and teams, including all your fantasy team picks and prospects. Sports Forecaster has the most detailed player profiles on the web, precise depth charts, every transaction, every injury, every news update. No ranting or raving, no preening or barstool bluster. At SportsForecaster.com, you get the timely info you need for every game. SportsForecaster.com. Sign up for free today.
Nick in here for the Borland Groover Foundation. If you're 45 or older, you need to get screened for colon cancer. Ask your doctor about getting a colonoscopy. The key to surviving colon cancer, early detection and prevention. Borland Groover recently expanded into St. Johns County. The new and advanced surgery center and medical office is open in Durbin Crossing. Visit BorlandGroover.com for a location near you. Remember, 45 is the new 50. Get screened today with Borland Groover.
Navy Mutual was created by service members for service members, so we know what it means to serve. Our policies have no active duty service restrictions, so you can rest assured that you're covered no matter your duty station, home or abroad. To go even further, we promise that premiums will not be higher for those who serve in dangerous environments, including aviation, diving, or on deployments. Let us help you protect those you love the most. Learn more at NavyMutual.org.
Hi, Jags fans. Walker Little here for my friends at Kingfish Pest Control. Playing offensive line in the NFL, I must block and protect on every down. When it comes to keeping my home pest-free, I expect that same level of protection. So I contacted Kingfish after seeing thousands of positive online customer reviews about their service. I can confirm from personal experience, bugs don't stand a chance getting past Kingfish Pest Control. Do what I did. Reach out to Kingfish Pest Control to protect your home, a proud partner of your Jacksonville Jaguars.
Hacker here. A couple weeks back, I received an invite. Not just any invite. It was to be the guest speaker at Awaken 180's virtual town hall. Every team member was there. The owner, Paige, my coach, Kate, and what seemed like 100 people from Awaken 180. My surprise? They invited me to stay for the full town hall. They talked client successes, company goals, future plans, you name it. There was nothing to hide. They all had one common goal of how they can help people better. It was amazing to hear, and it was amazing to see how happy and team-oriented everyone was. I mean, I already knew my coach had that mindset, but I thought I had the best one. Nope, they're all the best ones. That's the beauty of being company-led, not a franchise who often only looks at the bottom line. I suppose that's why Awaken 180 is now celebrating 10 years and has helped over 23,000 clients like me, Mike Dempsey, and Matt Hayes. See it firsthand while you're losing weight with the solution for weight loss. Awaken180weightloss.com.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville, the Friday Night Lights shine bright. Friday Night Lights. Presented by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists. And brought to you by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic and Air Conditioning on 1010XL.
Absolutely dominating performance from the Bolles Bulldogs. You heard it earlier on 1010 a.m. Matt Toblin, the head coach of Bolles, joins us here under the Friday Night Lights. Coach, congratulations.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it, guys.
Coach, your defense is playing outrageously well right now. Was it back-to-back shutouts right here in the playoffs? I mean, good grief. What a performance again tonight in that victory over Walton.
No, and I appreciate it. And, you are correct. It has been awesome to watch that defense mature as the season's gone on. And Walton is a really good offense. I think they were averaging 40-something points a game, and that we were fortunate enough to make plays when we need to, where we have gotten better and better and better, and really proud of that group and the coaching staff on that side of the ball for what they've been able to accomplish this season.
Coach, I know you went through a stretch in the middle of the season where you guys were banged up and you were trying to find guys that could play. How is the health of your guys right now heading into the regional final?
So we are as healthy as we can be. That we still have a couple guys that they're playing. They might not be back up to full strength, but everyone who has a possibility of coming back is back, and so that has helped. And sometimes injuries are never good. We have a saying we feel bad for the person, but we don't feel sorry for us. And that someone else has got to step up and play and get reps. And so it's helped us develop depth of the team. We have more guys that have been counted on in different scenarios. And so it's allowed us. It's been good. On defense, we're playing a lot of different packages because those kids got opportunities. And so we're playing 15, 16 kids on defense, which really helps in the playoffs.
You're going to be practicing on Thanksgiving. That's kind of ordinary for you guys over at Bolles, but obviously every year it's an accomplishment. Coach, what does it mean to have that Thanksgiving practice?
So for us, the awesome thing that it means to us is that we get to bring the alumni back. And so when we practice on Thanksgiving, we do our early morning practice, and all of the alumni, and there's the ones that played for me, but the Coach Rogers alumni are there too. There's guys that have played 20 years ago. They come to practice, and we get a chance to give thanks to the people who made all this possible, that made Bolles what it is. And so seeing those guys walk up, and obviously, it's those most recent alums. It's those guys that just graduated, the ones that bring smiles to your face the most, that a year ago they were playing, and now they're off in college and they're, semi-adults. And so getting to see those guys again is really such a cool experience. And our team plays for that. We want to bring those guys back. We want the opportunity to see them at practice. We talk about who it is we're excited to see and what we can't, who we can't wait for. And then again, we're super blessed. But after that, the parents bring in a feast. And it's Thanksgiving, and everyone's got to prepare their lunches. But we have a brunch feast, and they bring in just tables and tables of food, and we hang out with the alumni and the players, and get the opportunity to express how awesome and thankful we are to be at this place.
Coach, I've been looking at your scores from this year. 4 of your last 5 games, you've shut out the opponents, which is pretty good. And I know the offense scores a lot. I'm on the staff at Baldwin. I played Gadsden County, who you're going to play next week. Gadsden County is a really good team, and I know you're going to have to score a lot of points. How has your offense performed, not just this week, but so far in the playoffs, even last week as well?
And so the offense has really started to click. I think, we're fortunate to be in a position where, that we can run the ball when we need to, and obviously we feel comfortable being able to throw it when we need to. And so we feel very much so that we can say, hey, look, depending on what you give us, we can go take it, and that we try to be as balanced as we can as we go throughout. And obviously, you guys did a great job of the teams that defend us well are the ones who do us a great job. Is, hey, you think you have this, but we're going to try to take that away too. And that, I think Gadsden does is really physical up front. They're really good in the box, and to be able to, consistently move the ball against them, you're going to have to be able to do it multiple ways. Like if they know you got to run it, you're in trouble. If they know you got to throw it, you're in trouble. And so being able to keep people off guard and off balance, I think is a huge part of our success on offense.
Final moments, Matt Toblin of Bowles, winners tonight. They're heading to the regional final against Gadsden County. Coach, you probably had an inkling, right? At some point, if you wanted to get to where you wanted to get to, which is obviously state Final Four and beyond, you were probably going to run into Gadsden County. So have you been even thinking about them in the last couple of weeks?
So, the double bye weeks at the end of our year gave us the opportunity to explore a little bit. And so normally we are, next week. But a hurricane makeup game, Taylor County, our first-round opponent, played Gadsden County on a Monday. So myself and Coach Hoekstra drove the 3 hours on Monday afternoon out to go watch the game just because, we're weird.
Why not?
And so we got to see them live in person. And we have, because of those bye weeks, we had gathered a little bit of film of them. And so we are vaguely familiar. We've played them before in the playoffs, so there's a different staff. But the plan to win remains the same. Be extremely physical on defense and control the ball. Now they're throwing it a little bit more than they have in the past, but they're going to be like overwhelming on the offensive front to try to pound the ball and then take advantage with shots. And so it is going to be a really really great matchup. Two really good football teams, and both teams come out feel like they have a chance to win the state title. And so, it's what regional finals are supposed to look like.
You'll hear that game on 10 a.m. next Friday night. Bowles and Gadsden County with the winner going to the state Final Four. Matt Toblin of Bowles, congratulations, Coach.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
Appreciate you. And look, Dylan, you played both of those teams on the Baldwin staff. What's your early thought on Bowles and Gadsden County?
Like Coach said, it's going to be up front. I mean, Gadsden, they have a right tackle that's got D1 offers. He's 6'7", and he's a big old boy. He's going to be blocking a 5-star defensive end for Bowles. You watched Gadsden County, and we got the film on that Saturday. We watched their offense because I break down the entire offense. I go, this team has no holes. Not on the offensive line, not in the run game. They have 2 backs they rotate. They have 4 receivers that are all fast. Bowles is going to have the work cut out for him. Most definitely. I mean, there's a reason why Gadsden County is the number 3 team in the state, regardless of classification. They got 25 seniors, and they have depth, and they're really good. And they're a simple offense. It's not like they're very complex in what they try to do. They run left, they run right, and they try to take a deep shot. It's not a lot of complexity of what they do. But I wish that game was here. If that game was at Bowles, I'd probably go to that game. But I'm not going to Tallahassee for that game.
You and I have gotten a chance to see the final play of Niceville, Ponte Vedra. Ponte Vedra went for 2 in the win in overtime, did not get it. Niceville wins the game 21-20. Ponte Vedra called a quarterback rollout to the right side. What was your thought on the play call?
I mean, the coaches know what they're doing. They've, you go with your strength, and I'm sure that's what they wanted to do. They got the look they wanted, and, it is what it is. I mean, you can't say, if a play doesn't work, that's a bad play call. It's, there might have been a play where, the guy that was supposed to do something didn't do it, and then it blows the play up. You can't say for sure, but I don't have a problem with the play call. It's, didn't work, and, now your season's over.
Every week here under the Friday Night Lights, we give you a collision of the week. That collision of the week is brought to you by our friends at San Jose Collision. And Casey, let's do it right now. The San Jose Collision of the Week.
Now, the collision of the week. Brought to you by San Jose Collision.
Proud supporters of high school football in the area. For all your auto body repair needs, check out San Jose Collision. Their website, sanjosecollisionjacks.com. San Jose Collision of the night tonight is Oakleaf. Absolutely enormous victory over Nice, 31-14, in a game that was really never in doubt, right? You were there in the first half. Oakleaf jumped on top, 21-0, ultimately wins the game by 17. Look, I'm not surprised necessarily that Oakleaf won, but Oakleaf going into Nice and winning by 17 is a little eye-opening.
Yeah, Nice got the ball first, missed a field goal, and Oakleaf went down, went boom, boom, boom right down the field. Controlled the line of scrimmage, were able to run the ball. Freed Coleman had 2 touchdowns, the guy that I used to coach. I was proud to see him play, the junior running back, the guy who plays both ways. And, Oakleaf's, they are massive on the offensive line. And when you control the offensive line, you can run the ball, you can control the clock. The odds are in your favor, especially when you're in a game like this, because Nice can score a lot of points, like we've seen all year. And credit to Oakleaf. Nice had a couple of turnovers in the first half. Oakleaf capitalized, and they're moving on next week.
We'll come back, give you a complete scoreboard update. We're still trying to trace down Christopher Foy of Oakleaf. Big win over Nice, so we'll hopefully have Coach Foy on. We got about 30 minutes to go. We'll look back on tonight's action, and we'll start taking a look ahead to the regional finals next Friday night, the Friday after Thanksgiving. With Casey Dobson and Dylan Denmark, the hacker Ryan Green with you. The Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Friday Night Lights. We are presented by Duck Duck Rooter, Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning, right here on 1010XL and on 92.5 FM.
There's a magic in live radio that crackles with life and energy.
Let's go home!
Your home for live play-by-play is 1010XL.
Hey gang, Prosser here. Telling you once again about Chad and Sandy Newman. Mortgage rates are down, creating more active buyers and sellers. If you've been waiting, now is a great time to sell your home before more homes flood the market, driving down prices. So maybe you want guaranteed no-hassle home sale, but don't want to give up hard-earned equity to do it. They can handle that. You see, Chad and Sandy can take every problem you think you have and replace it with a promise. Chad and Sandy guarantee your home sold at an agreed-upon price and deadline, or they will buy it. The success stories are rolling in. Mike and Lisa in McCormick. We inherited a family home that came with equity but also a mortgage. We needed to sell fast to avoid extra expenses on a second mortgage. We heard about Chad and Sandy on the radio and called. Everything they say on the radio is true. The home sold in 3 days for full asking price. Call Chad and Sandy today, 904-414-6200, or go to chadandsandy.com. That's ChadAndSandy.com.
Being an athlete means having a healthy desire to do as much as you can with your body for as long as you can. Gatorade has lower sugar, electrolyte-backed hydration options to keep you rehydrated and replenished. Gatorade, for every athlete.
From Gatorade Zero to Gatorade Endurance Formula and Gator Light, there's something for every athlete. Find it at your local Winn-Dixie. It's a win-win. Gatorade, official partner of the NFL.
Homeowners, listen up. Did you know that 9 out of 10 borrowers get a better deal by calling Loan Pronto? Hey, it's Prosser here, and the Fed has dropped rates again. The election is over, and Loan Pronto has APRs in the low 5s for refis, debt consolidation, and purchase loans. If your current mortgage rate is over 6%, or if you're in the process with another lender, don't settle. Call Loan Pronto now for a second opinion. Lock a lower rate today and close in as little as 2 weeks, often with no appraisal. And if you act now, you won't make your first payment till February. This 5-minute call saves homeowners an average of $5,000, lower rates and lower fees. So get your Loan Pronto rate quote instantly with no hard credit pull and no upfront fees like those other guys. It's Loan Pronto. Call them at 904-999-1508, or you can visit loanpronto.com. That's Loan Pronto at 904-999-1508, loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781 on approved credit, NMLS consumeraccess.org.
The last thing you want to be dealing with this holiday season is a septic emergency. Plan ahead and schedule to have your septic tank pumped out now. Our wonderful team at Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing and Septic Services is standing by and ready for your call. We'll get your septic tank pumped out right away, giving you one less thing you have to worry about this holiday season. Check out our reviews online and give us a ring today. 904-862-6769. That's 904-862-6769 or duckduckrooter.com.
If you're looking for custom metalwork, look no further than Superior Fence and Rail. Whether it's custom railing, shade structures, or custom entry gates, their expert team controls the turnkey process. From CAD design and raw metal to powder-coated finish and expert installation. When you choose Superior Fence and Rail for your custom metal project, you get a project that's, well, superior. So get off the fence and call Superior Fence and Rail today.
Does the building you go to work in every day need a little love and attention? Jason Parker here with Performance Painting. Great companies take great care of the buildings their staff and customers walk into every day. If the building you're in doesn't match the vision you have for your company, we can help. Go to performance-painting.com. Our highly trained team makes the difference. Quality coatings applied with pride.
Performance Painting! Break in the savings this fall with Universal Roof and Contracting. Enjoy 15% off all roof repairs and replacements, plus a free wind mitigation inspection with financing options as low as $115 a month. Protecting your home has never been easier. Schedule your free roof inspection today. Call 855-ROOF-HELP. Offer expires November 30th. Protect your home and your wallet.
License number CCC 057165, CBC 1258484.
Pickin here with a message from Zero Res. You gotta just love this time of the year as we reflect on the things that matter most. Families, homes, the holidays, and of course football. They're very grateful for you all, the good people of Jacksonville, and they want to thank you. So get ready for the holidays. Book today and Zero Res will clean your carpets for only $49 a room. Plus, they'll give you 25% off your tile cleaning. This one fills up fast, so book now on both carpet and tile. Zero Res. Fill it forwards or backwards. It's the right way to clean.
Hunters know patience is part of the game.
Just got to keep hunting.
Jeff Lageman, Captain Kevin Faber, and Captain Kirk Waltz on the Nimnit Outdoors Show. Presented by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning. Saturday morning from 7 to 10 on 1010XL. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach. 1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Who's the winner?
Now, the Premier Physical Therapy Premier Win of the Night.
There's no doubt the Premier Physical Therapy Premier Win of the Night is going to go to one team, and that's Oakleaf and head coach Christopher Foy, and he's going to join us here in about 60 seconds. Dr. Chris Kopp and PremierPTJax.com is the Premier Physical Therapy Premier Win of the Night. It's a place to take your young athletes. Personalized attention, over 25 years of experience on both adults and kids. Again, PremierPTJax.com. Dr. Chris Kopp and the good folks at Premier Physical Therapy. Let's go to what I imagine is an ecstatic Clay County High School there with Christopher Foy of Oakleaf as he joins us under the Friday Night Lights. Coach, congratulations to you, Oakleaf, and that tremendous football community out there.
Oh, thank you, Coach. How you guys doing?
I'm good. I bet I'm not as good as you. So you knock out Mandarin last week, and for an encore, you go take out the undefeated Nice Panthers. Just talk to us about it, Coach. What a 2-week performance by you guys.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Coach, these kids have given so much of themselves. And so they deserve all of this.
Coach,
I'm walking one of my kids back to the bus. But yeah, Coach, it's been a great opportunity. You know, these kids they've invested so much of themselves that, you know, all I want is what I want them to have what they deserve.
Coach, I was at the game in the first half before I had to run up here. Your offensive line was outstanding tonight. And your son didn't play, correct, in the first half from what I saw, the running back. He has like 1,400 yards
he
in the
didn't.
season.
He didn't.
Yeah, he had a shoulder
injury. Got a little banged up last week.
Yeah, and you had Fareed Coleman, a kid that I coached at Baldwin the last couple of years, with a couple other guys. How does that kid only have one offer? Can you please explain that to me?
I cannot. But luckily, he's a junior.
True.
You know, he's you know, I have to say that. I mean, in Clay County, we're a little under recruited football wise, and we're trying to change that. You know, we try to play a good schedule. You know, I believe that you get. You know, you want your kids to go to school. You got to play kids that's going to school, and so you know, I know things are going to work out well for Fareed. I mean, Buck's a good guy. He's an outstanding young man, and I hope everybody paid attention to what he's capable of doing tonight. And it's what he does on both sides of the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Christopher Foy of Oakleaf. And, Coach, I mean, not only did you beat Mandarin and Nice, you did it on the road, two of probably the tougher environments in the area. I mean, Mandarin High School on the road is no joke. Nice and St. Johns County, that's a tough environment. You guys,
what a venue. It is unbelievable, Coach.
You guys have turned into road warriors.
Well, hey, that's what you play a tough schedule for. You know, you don't want you guys to be a stranger to tough, a little adversity. So you're playing a little bit of it.
Coach, when you saw the film over the weekend, I'm sure you've seen Nice, you know, potentially you're going to play them because they're in the region. Where did you look at them and say, we can match up with them well here?
Coach, I'm going to be honest with you. What our game plan was just try to be a lot like them. Coach, you know, Collins does such a great job with that program. Those kids love each other, and they love their school, and they love their coach. And that's where their success came from. I mean, that we knew last week we had to play some outstanding individuals now in a good program. But this week, our fear was, and I'm going to call it fear, you know, we knew we had to beat a team. And so we challenged our kids to be as much of a team, be a great friend tonight. You know, they're going to make some plays because when you got that Spencer Maddox kid, man, that kid, he is unbelievable. They're going to make some plays now. But when they make a play, be a friend to the guy. And so if we could match their love for one another, we knew we had a chance.
Final moments, Christopher Foy of Oakleaf. I'll never forget the conversation you and I had last year. Normally, we don't get guys on that don't go to the playoffs, the final regular season. You called in because you got that victory in the final game of the regular season and your first year at Oakleaf. And I remember that because I remember you telling me a year ago, we laid the framework, and we're gonna be better because of this season. And now here you are a year later, and you're in the regional final, one win away from the state Final Four. You were dead on accurate. From year one to year two, the leap that program made is obviously considerable.
Coach, I can't. I mean, the credit goes to the staff, and Lord knows our administration. I mean, because they give us everything we need. You know, from principal, my former principal Boyack and my current principal, Mr. Floyd, and Rodney DeBose, the athletic director. I mean, with that support, you know, we have everything we need to be successful, and also with the great community and great kids. I mean, it's been fun.
Coach, I was in the end zone. I saw DeBose. Y'all had a headset issue in the beginning of the game?
Yeah, probably. I don't know.
I was going to say, you know, coaches are superstitious. I don't know if you are. Have that same issue next week. Y'all might be all right. Y'all might be Buchholz.
What do you know about Gainesville Buchholz, Coach? What are your thoughts on that matchup in the regional final?
Coach, I know that we could celebrate this win for about another hour. We know they're well coached, and remember we were in the district with them last year.
Yeah.
And you know, they were the best team in the district. So, you know, talented, well coached. I mean, super supported program, and you know, it's going to be a tough outing, and we got to prepare our kids for it.
It'll be Gainesville Buchholz. It'll be Oakleaf in Gainesville with the winner going to the state Final Four in Class 6A. Christopher Foy of Oakleaf. Coach, congratulations on a huge win.
Thank you again, Coach, and thank you guys for having me.
Christopher Foy of Oakleaf. Huge win for them. Again, Mandarin and Nice in back-to-back weeks.
Yeah, and they did it. I don't know how long he was out against Mandarin, but tonight their leading tailback that has 1,400 yards, and you predicate yourself mainly on the run game. And Foy's son, they call him Deuce. Deuce is a bowling ball. He's a little short guy. He's like Mike Tolbert, you know, kind of like a fullback / running back. And, you know, very hard to get him down. And I saw him. He had a lot of padding on his shoulder. And they got a lot of depth. They got a really good offensive line, and they were able to come out with a victory, man. That is a huge victory for Oakleaf and what they were able to do tonight.
I want to start looking ahead to next week. Quickly, let's talk about the teams that we lost tonight. I think a month ago, well, certainly when the season started, the thought was Rains, St. Augustine, Mandarin, right? It was very quickly that Nice and Bradford County joined that conversation. But clearly, Mandarin's injuries cost them the year. They got eliminated last week. The fact that we lost both Nice and Bradford tonight surprised you at all that both of those teams did not make the regional final?
Bradford, yes, and Nice especially, yeah. I would say definitely with those two. And I'd lump Bowles into that category too.
Yeah.
Bowles just, they're always well coached. They always have talented players. I mean, you got 4- and 5-star guys all over the field.
I guess I was talking public school, but you're right. Bowles deserves to be in there.
Too. I'd agree with that statement, that assessment.
So Nice is out. Bradford's out. And Bradford, it stings especially because they lost 2 games, and both of those losses were to the same team.
Yeah, in the last 2 years, they pretty much had a main core. In 21, they went to the Final Four, lost. Last year, went to the state title. All those guys on that defense that had, God bless, I don't know how many shots they had last year, 10, 11, 12, had to completely reload. And Jamie Rogers was still able to only have, one loss, like you said, against Newberry, and they're the only team that beat them. That's still quite of an accomplishment. Not what you want, obviously, because you make the Final Four or the regional final last couple of years, but when you're in a tough region like they were, I mean, you had Cocoa in your region, Newberry, Bradford, and you had Palatka. Palaka's only losses were to Newberry, Bradford, and St. Augustine.
Mm-hmm.
And Palatka has Willie offered his dad, who played in the NFL, 1,000-yard rusher, and they have a really good run game. So that was a brutal region. Sometimes that's just how it falls. With the new classifications that came out over the offseason, you're going to play a tough team in the second round. You're not going to be as lucky every now and then, and hopefully, play that team that you expect that you might lose in the regional final.
Look, nobody's happy to lose in round 2. Ed White just ran into a buzzsaw in St. Augustine tonight. But yet, Ed White, round 2 of the playoffs, good year for the Commanders.
Oh, yeah, they won a district title. They beat Riverside, a game that I saw. We got the film before we played Ed White on Halloween. Ed White was a really good team, man. They run the ball. They had a really good offensive line, and they just fell short. With them being the district champ, they were able to be at home. Riverside had to go on the road. That probably was one of the main reasons why Riverside lost and why Ed White won was because they had to play it. They played at home last week, and I mean, you're playing St. Augustine, a team that made the state title game a year ago and brought a lot of guys back.
And 2 teams that we also lost tonight have to be absolutely sick on their bus rides home. Fleming Island and Ponte Vedra both had great shots to win those games late in the fourth quarter. In Fleming Island's case, in overtime in Ponte Vedra's case, both teams come up short. Fleming Island's especially, it sucks right now, but when you think about the coaching change in mid-August, right, and for those kids to go to round 2 and give Tallahassee Lincoln everything they wanted, and then Ponte Vedra was just good all year. They were a little overshadowed by what Nice was doing, but Ponte Vedra was really good all year. And, man, they came within an eyelash of going into Niceville and winning tonight.
Yeah, when you're a high school team and you got a bunch of 14, 15, 16-year-olds and you got to get on a bus and you got to go 2.5 hours, that's a tough ride. And then now to double that, to go all the way to Niceville like Ponte Vedra did, there is so much more planning that you have to do as a football coach. And you have to make sure your kids are fed, and you have to make sure you stop somewhere halfway and stretch and make sure the kids go to the bathroom. There's so many things, and it is a tall order. That's the reason why, you've been covering this sport for 20 years, why a lot of Jacksonville teams, when they go to the Panhandle, it's a tall order, and you very rarely see teams win from here, and same thing vice versa when they come to us.
We'll come back. We'll look at next week. Regional final Friday night, the Friday after Thanksgiving, and we still have a handful of teams competing for those state championships. With Dylan Denmark and Casey Dobson, the hacker Ryan Green, 1 segment to go under the Friday Night Lights. The Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Friday Night Lights. We have been presented by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning right here on 1010XL and on 92.5 FM.
Sometimes it's a stunning performance.
3 touchdowns tonight.
Sometimes it's the guy who gets the job done.
He doesn't take a play off.
Listen for the Universal Roof and Contracting Offensive Player of the Game.
He is a difference maker now.
On 1010XL.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's finally here. Beaver's annual Black Friday silent sale. Every car on the lot will be discounted so low, we can't even show the prices on TV. Doors open at 6 a.m. Friday. First come, first served. And once they're gone, it's over. Plus, anyone who buys between 6 and 9 a.m. will get a big screen TV and $1,000 cash. Want more? We're giving away free oil changes between 6 and 9 a.m. The Black Friday silent sale only at Beaver Toyota and Beaver Chevrolet. You don't want to miss this.
This is Greg Huntington, a.k.a. The Mangler. I'm on the winning team at Waste Management. WM is the largest sustainability company in North America. If your business needs sustainable environmental services for waste removal and recycling collection, then you can count on the industry leader of WM to deliver results. Your services will be completed in a timely, safe, and eco-friendly manner. Go to WM.com/Duval. That's WM.com/Duval and get signed up today. If anyone can talk trash, it's The Mangler.
Okay, everyone, what did you think of the chocolate bar?
It's too chewy.
Feels kind of chalky.
Too much nougat.
I need to go brush my teeth.
Business is booming for Steph's small marketing research firm.
After all these focus groups, there's only one conclusion. I need more researchers.
And she's way too busy researching.
Does this have peanuts?
To waste time researching resumes.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Put our matching platform to work so you can spend less time searching and more time connecting with talented candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Bull riding. The perfect fusion of strength, skill, and pure willpower. Professional bull riders aren't just athletes. They're daredevils with cowboy souls. Come experience the true modern West, where 8 seconds of glory will create a lifetime of memories. It's the Michelob Ultra PBR Jacksonville at ViStar Veterans Memorial Arena, February 22nd and 23rd. Tickets available at Ticketmaster.com and PBR.com. Hold on tight. The ride of your life is about to begin.
Ready to sharpen your aim or find the perfect firearm? Come to St. Nicholas Guns and Range. With a huge selection of guns, ammo, and accessories, plus Jacksonville's best indoor range for every skill level. They've got everything you need to hit your target. Whether you're a pro or just starting out, their friendly experts will guide you every step of the way at 4630 Blanding Boulevard or online at stnickguns.com. St. Nicholas Gun and Range. Gear up, shoot a lot, shoot better.
Mia here. When it comes to roofing, whether it be shingles, metal, or most repairs, there is one name that has protected your home since 1999. Pro-Jax Roofing. Serving all of Northeast Florida, Mike and his guys have been repairing and replacing roofs for 25 years. Need insurance help? Mike's team can help. Raised in a military family, Mike provides great attention to detail with unparalleled quality and workmanship. They also have warranties, so you can have peace of mind. Call Mike today for a free estimate or online at ProJaxRoofingFL.com.
3D Digital has you covered for any of your business's digital marketing needs. From producing award-winning videos to getting those digital ads to follow your customers around the internet, our team has your back. Visit 3ddigital.com or give us a call at 904-712-4004 to schedule a free consultation today. 904-712-4004.
If you suffer from constant burning, tingling, or numbness in your hands or feet, it could be a serious condition called neuropathy. I'm Dr. Nathan Riddle, DC with Riddle Wellness in Ponte Vedra. Neuropathy is treatable, and we have seen great results by using state-of-the-art, non-invasive therapies to target damaged nerves, reduce symptoms, and improve nerve function. Call 904-395-5598 to schedule your free consultation today and learn how you can live pain-free. Call 904-395-5598.
Googa Nation, it's Dreamfinders Danny Hicken here to tell you this is no dream. The folks at Dreamfinders Homes right now have an unbeatable interest rate for you. You may not think you can afford a Dreamfinders home. Well, think again. Take advantage of a 2.99% year one rate. I said it, 2.99%. 15 Jacksonville communities to choose from. Find that dream house and take advantage of an unbeatable rate. Move now, literally. Dreamfinders Homes, the official home builder of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Blue here for the Blue
Blue Crab House, located right off of San Jose. It's on Jewington Creek Road. They've been around since 1996. Indoor-outdoor dining. Also, takeout is available at the Blue Crab House. Open 4:30 to 9, Tuesday through Saturday. Sunday, noon until 9. Remember, Tuesday, $2 margaritas. Wednesday, $1 oyster night. How about the blue crabs? How about my personal favorite, the Canadian snow crabs? Whatever it is that you fancy, you get it right there. The Blue Crab House.
I'm Hacker, and I'll get you more Gator Chomps during the Gator Bites podcast presented by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists. New episodes drop every Friday. Get Gator Bites where you find podcasts and at 1010XL.com.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. The Friday Night Lights shine bright. Friday Night Lights. Presented by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists. And brought to you by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic and Air Conditioning on 1010XL.
With Dylan Denmark, the Hacker Ryan Green with you. Final segment of the season under the Friday Night Lights. Again, we'll obviously keep you updated all week on 1010XL, and we're going to have a couple of playoff games next Friday night. Both Bowles and Bishop Kenny have advanced to the regional final. Denmark, let's start looking ahead to regional final action next week. We have 7 teams in our listening area in Northeast Florida that are still alive. First and foremost, 7 regional final on Friday night. That's a pretty good year, right?
Yeah, 100%. You have one Duval County Public School, one school from Clay County, one from the St. John's Public School, and then obviously you got your private schools with Trinity and Bowles and a couple others. Pretty good year all around. Usually your private schools usually dominate, and you might have one public school.
Yeah, and they got 3, like you said, one in Clay, one in St. John's, one in Duval. All right, and we're guaranteed to have. We're going to have more than this, I would hope, but minimum 2 teams are going to go to the state Final Four in their classification because we've got 2 local games. Let's begin next week. Class 1A, Trinity Christian, University Christian. Winner of that game goes to the state Final Four.
Yeah, young team. Trinity's rebounded. They had a tough start of the season. I know, they played Rains, Bowles, and Ed White, 3 teams that were all playing tonight, 2 teams that are playing in their regional final. They're a pretty good team, and University Christian's done the same. They've rebounded and had a good season. That'll be a good game over at 800 Hammond Boulevard.
Yeah, one will advance, one will get eliminated next Friday night. In 2A, the Bowles Bulldogs, you'll hear it right here on 1010 a.m. They will travel to the same place you guys traveled to Baldwin a couple weeks ago, out to Gadsden County to play a very good Gadsden County football team. And I think he kind of knew. When we talked to Matt Tobin, he kind of knew. I'm sure Gadsden County probably had a pretty good idea. Regional final, it was going to be Bowles and Gadsden County for the right to go to the state Final Four. Bowles does have to make that trip down I-10. You've played both of them with Baldwin this year. What's your thought on that game?
Yeah, like Coach Tobin said, Bowles is getting healthy at the right time. Gadsden County is really good, really, really good. 25 seniors loaded with D1 talents, an offense that doesn't have many holes. They can throw it, they can run it with 2 backs, and the defense is very, very disciplined. Not saying that Bowles can't win the game, but it's going to be a tall order. And if I had to watch one game of any of the schools that are in our area, that would be the one game I would want to watch. I think that's going to be a really good game next week.
And you'll hear it right here on 1010 a.m. In Class 3A, the game you'll hear on 92.5 FM will be at the Graveyard. Rains, who has had no problem with their 2 playoff victories, playing maybe a surprise in Bishop Kenny. Bishop Kenny went on the road tonight and knocked out Tallahassee Godby. So it'll be Bishop Kenny, Rains, Graveyard, Rains High School next Friday with the winner going to the state Final Four in Class 3A.
Yeah, Bishop Kenny is probably the biggest surprise that's in the regional final. Didn't expect them to be here. Rains, only team left in Duval County Public School that can hoist that trophy for that can represent everybody. Rains, man, I think the closest game they've played was Bowles all the way back in week 1, and that game wasn't even close.
They've been dominant. They have been dominant.
And it's not just, you think of Rains, you think of speed on the outside, a good quarterback play. They got that, and their lines of scrimmage on both sides of the ball is unbelievable. And when you have that, a lot of things go your way in high school football.
In Class 4A, St. Johns County next week, it'll be St. Augustine hosting Choctaw. Both are the top 2 seeds in the region. Choctaw beat Pensacola Escambia tonight. St. Augustine knocked out Ed White. St. Augustine will be the home team. And even though they're separated by many, many miles geographically, these two teams know each other very well. They've seen a lot of each other in recent years.
Yeah, Choctaw has won their 2 playoff games, 49-0, and then tonight 41-7, so they can score a lot of points. St. Augustine, they're trying to get that revenge from last year. They lost the state title last year on a game-winning field goal, trying to get back to that spot.
Class 5A, we were this close, man. This close. But both Ponte Vedra and Fleming Island, unfortunately, both lost in, quite frankly, heartbreaking fashion. So our area has been eliminated in Class 5A. Our area has also been eliminated in Class 7A. But in Class 6A, Oakleaf remains. Oakleaf with wins over Mandarin and Nice tonight. They will go to Gainesville-Buchholz next week with the winner going to the state Final Four.
Yeah, Buchholz is a really, really good team, as they have been in the last couple of years. They probably don't have the top-end talent like they did last year with Miles Graham, who's now playing at the University of Florida. But Oakleaf, really, really good team. They're the line of scrimmage. Their offensive line is really big, and they're going to rely on that run game. Hopefully, Foy's son, Deuce, can be healthy and play, because they're going to need him. He's a big old bowling ball, and you're going to need a lot of things to go your way when you're perceived as an underdog when you go to Gainesville.
Yeah, Oakleaf traveling to Buchholz next week. All right, in the final minutes that we have, off season for high school football. You're on the coaching staff at Baldwin. Is there really an off season?
No.
I mean, there really isn't. It's become almost like a 12-month, 365-day job.
Most schools, you get 4 weeks off, and the first full week back in January, you're hitting the weight room, and whatever you're seeing in college football now is exactly what you're seeing in high school football to a smaller degree. You're having exit meetings with these guys. You're seeing who's coming, who's leaving. NIL is part of the equation now, so that's something that has to be a conversation with a couple of these kids. And it's free agency with many of them. You don't know who's going to stay and who's going to leave. It's a tough task for a lot of these coaches that really don't get a lot of money. 7
teams remain in the high school football playoffs in our area, and that'll just about wrap up year 18 of the Friday Night Lights postgame. Dylan Denmark, appreciate you, my friend.
Yes, sir. Appreciate the invite.
Andrew Gibson all year long. Casey Dobson's been our producer most of the weeks. Friday Night Lights is one of the hardest shows to produce on 1010XL. There's a lot that goes into it, and Casey has done an absolutely terrific job. And we will be back in August to start it all over again for year 19 under the Friday Night Lights. Thank you to Southeast Orthopedic Specialists. We've been presented by Duck Rooter, Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning. Have an absolutely terrific weekend, Jacksonville, and I will talk to you next Monday night, 8 o'clock, for Hacker After Dark. Until then, good night, everybody.
This crowd is electric. The difference